up some of our smaller second growth spruce trees here today, and that's a two-part deal. Two reasons we're doing that. Number one is we need the lumber for a project here in town that starts Monday. Today's Saturday, so we're gonna mill today and tomorrow, fill that order. And then the second part of it is that we're just about to bring in our new second growth logs, which you can see a video of us harvesting those logs, getting out in the forest. I'll link it below. And if you'd like to see a video of us taking the Kenworth truck out to go get our next load of logs and bring them in here, please remember to like and subscribe to our channel, because we're going to be doing that probably early next week. So today we're milling up these nice little spruce logs. You can see they're not very large, these first ones, but they're nice and straight. They're going to make great, beautiful timber. Just a little bit more work for every board since it's a smaller log. You get less boards per log, so it's a little bit more of a process, but the timber is usually exceptionally nice. So we're gonna go ahead and cut up a couple of these small ones, and then we're gonna get back, and right there is like a nice old growth log. Looks like two big old growths, so we'll get into some bigger timber. I'll show you I'll go ahead and go show you a couple of our bigger spruce logs over here. So we're just about at the end of our spruce old growth timber here, so we should have another sale coming up in the spring, and I'll get to show you guys what it's like to log a big old growth spruce here in Southeast Alaska. So here's a pretty nice one on top there. Here's the second chunk of it. So we're gonna mill these up this week too, so if you'd like to see that, seeing us milling some of these big timber, please remember to like and subscribe to our channel, because we got to get all these ones cut up. Like I said, this is the end of our pile. Normally it's a huge pile, but that's a big one right there. So we'll get that on the mill next week. Here's my dad. What are you barking at? We're gonna start bucking. Guys, cute little guys. Yeah. So do you want to get both mills going today, or do you want to just do the circular mill? other one, Dad. I'll bring it over.
I'm ready. I screwed up a little bit, wasted a little bit. I'm getting back in the saddle.
Gotta put new teeth in my edger blades. Go tomorrow. So here's the sharpener on the mobile dimension mill. It's a pretty straightforward tool. It clamps onto the blade with these little pins that go through a hole in the blade. And then this swings in and out to sharpen the tooth. And you twist this knob to advance the grinder in and out. So you just want to kiss it. Take a little bit off each time until it's really sharp. This one's a little bit extra dull, so I'm going to do a little more than I normally would. There we go. Then you look at it and you just want to see that it's hot. See that the tip of the blade is, the tip of the tooth is perfectly sharp without a shiny spot. So if the corners were shiny, that would be how you would tell it's a dull tooth. So we're gonna go ahead and just sharpen up all the teeth on the mill, on the main blade and the edger blades. It goes pretty quick, it's pretty easy. And we're gonna see how well it slices up the second growth spruce log with nice sharp teeth. to the mill. We're having a great day. It's only like 1 p.m. We're just buzzing through these little logs. The lumber coming out is absolutely beautiful. I'll show you guys here in a minute. Just everything's going really great. It took me a little bit to get my mill going, but it's just how it is after being gone for a little while. So we're gonna swing these logs in. I'm gonna take a short break for lunch and we're gonna keep going. Here's a truckload of yellow cedar on the truck there. Gotta get that unloaded soon. And here's the mobile dimension mill. Really good. I actually was able to drop one of the three without even having to go out there. It's nice when those things work out when you're filming. So now, that's my log. We're gonna go park the machine over with my dad, so he's got another log. Now here's the lumber pile. My dad's is bigger than mine. So he's doing great. We're both doing great. So this is what we get out of those small Sitka spruce trees. It's absolutely beautiful. It's perfectly, the lumber is just straight. It has knots, but you see they're just very small and spaced out very nicely, and it's just a really real premium product. All right, well, we're having a great day. Looks like we're gonna be able to fill our entire order for framing lumber today, which is great. So what my company does is we build homes using wood that we harvest ourselves here. So we're transitioning into more of selling kits, tiny home kits. garden shed kits, but right now we're still doing what we've always done. So we're milling framing lumber here today, and then starting Monday we're going to start framing at this big house remodel that we're doing with my dad and a couple of the other employees. So it's really a cool process how we go, you know, right from the logs to the mill to building. I'm going to do a video one of these days on how I dry my homes in frame. So I'm a general contractor, professional home builder. I build my houses framed with basically green wood, and then I dry the entire frame before I insulate and drywall. And there's a lot of benefits to it, doing it that way in this climate, Southeast Alaska. I used to do a more conventional method of like buy the normal kiln dried crappy framing lumber and try to get it up without the house getting too wet, which it always gets wet anyways, and it's totally useless here. I mean, you can buy the kiln dried wood, go frame a house in the rain. By the time you're done, the house is at 100% moisture content. You have to dry the whole house again. And the lumber doesn't like doing that. It doesn't like going flash dry, fully saturated, flash dry it again. That is not good for wood, okay? Our lumber that we're cutting here today is already at somewhat of a lower moisture content than green because the logs are surprisingly dry. Every day, the moisture content in our wood is slowly going to go down until the house is done, and that's it. There's no fluctuations. There's no ups and downs. It's not going to dry out and then get wet and mold. It's still fresh. So it's like, because the lumber is so fresh, it still has its natural resiliency to mold and insects. So if you cut your wood green and then you build your house with it and then dry it in frame, it never has a chance to mold or mildew or rot spores to start. It's far superior. You know, maybe this is different somewhere else, but I don't think so. I think that kiln dried framing wood is only based around speed. So it's only practical use. The only reason to use it is if you're building production houses where the drywallers are going to be following the framers within 2 weeks. If the drywallers are going to be more than a month away, which, I mean, come on, you still got to do all the plumbing and all the electrical and all the insulation before the drywall comes. If they're at least a month, if you're going to drywall your house a month after you frame it, which everybody is, just turn the heat on in there for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. The frame will dry completely. The entire deal about like, oh, we need to kiln dry framing lumber, in my opinion, is just a total joke. I dry all my houses in frame and I never have any issues at all. My drywall is perfect, no problem. So I'll do a little video specific to that. How to dry your house in frame, how to dry your lumber in frame. And hopefully it'll help some other sawmillers who are like hobbyist millers. You bought a mill and you want to build yourself something and you think you need to like dry the framing lumber or something. It's like, no, the only real benefit to drying it some before you build with it is that it's lighter in weight. It's a little more fun to build with. And you know, it just doesn't matter. The lumber dries great in frame. Perfectly. So if you'd like to see that video and see us building with our lumber that we're milling here today, we're going to actually be building with that exact lumber that I'm milling. If you'd like to see those videos, please remember to click on the like and subscribe buttons below, and then hopefully when I put those videos up here on YouTube, it'll show up and you'll be able to watch it. You can also always come back and check on Second Growth Homes YouTube channel and click on the video tab and take a look at what we're up to anytime you want. So thank you so much. I'm going to take a little break and we're going to get back to sawmilling here at Corner Bay. Okay, so here we're going to change the teeth out of my edger blades in the mobile dimension mill. So you can tell you need to change the tooth because they've ground down all the way to that when the grinder goes to sharpen the tooth, it actually grinds into the gullet. That's the gullet is the part after the tooth, this part. So you got this little tool from Mobile Dimension, and you put this tool in with these two little holes. Oh yeah?
For headers, like for those windows?
I was gonna do 2x12 for the. It would be okay.
I mean, 2x6s do a 6-foot window.
Yeah, that would be totally fine.
2x8s do an 8-foot.
Yeah, it's totally fine. I just do all of them in 2x12. I need a pin. Okay, so you put your tool on the tooth holder that you want to take out, and then there's a spot to drop a pin in back here. And what that does is it keeps the blade from rotating. Let's see. Shorter pin. Okay, get your tool on the tooth holder that you want to change, and then there's a spot back here where number one thing doing this is not to cut yourself. It's really easy. These little carbide teeth are so sharp, and when you're working on it, it's easy to slip, especially when you're turning the blades. So got the old tooth out. We're gonna take the new tooth. It's really easy to insert them. You just put it on the holder and you just slowly turn it in. Put it in about halfway and then you tap it the rest of the way. That's it. You just rinse and repeat for every tooth on the mill. And then you have to sharpen up. They don't come perfectly sharpened, so you have to sharpen it up, and then you're ready to go. Well, here's our beautiful pile of lumber shaping up here. So this is just 2x6 framing lumber that we're going to use to build an addition onto a house in Teneke Springs, Alaska. This is kind of our standard second growth Sitka spruce that we harvest and mill and process here at Corner Bay. It's a very, very nice, beautiful lumber. Straight, strong, lightweight, free of defect, and very consistent in quality. We use these for framing lumber, and then we'll also dry these 2x6s and turn them into tongue and groove card decking. You'll see us do that in a future video. If you'd like to see us drying and planing this wood through our Woodmaster planer, which is right there, please remember to click on the like and subscribe buttons below, because we are going to be making a ton of tongue and groove here at Second Growth Homes over the next month, during the month of November. So everything's going great. We got a nice pile of lumber here. My dad doing really well too, so I just could not be happier with how this day is shaping up for us here. Thank you for coming with me.